Imagine paying $3 million for your dream car. You finally get the keys. The engine roars to life. People stop and stare. Cameras come out. For a moment, it feels like you've made it. But then, the first service bill arrives. Thousands of dollars. A few months later, the tires need replacing. Not one tire. All four. The bill? Enough to buy a brand new luxury SUV. And that's just the beginning. Insurance can cost more than most people's annual salary. A simple scratch can take months to repair. Some replacement parts have to be flown in from Europe. And if something goes seriously wrong, the repair bill could reach hundreds of thousands of dollars. Owning a Bugatti isn't just about speed. It's about accepting a lifestyle few people truly understand. Today, we're revealing the hidden truth behind one of the most iconic cars ever built. Because the hardest part of owning a Bugatti isn't buying one, it's living with it. For more than a century, Bugatti has represented the very top of automotive engineering. Speed, luxury, exclusivity. Every Bugatti is built with incredible attention to detail. The engines are masterpieces. The interiors are handcrafted. The performance is breathtaking. Models like the Veyron, Chiron, and Tourbillon have become symbols of extreme wealth. They've broken speed records, appeared in music videos, featured in movies, and become dream cars for millions of enthusiasts. But here's what social media rarely shows: the bills, the waiting, the maintenance, the stress. Behind every glamorous Instagram photo, there's a reality that only owners truly experience. Because buying the car is just the first chapter. The real story begins after delivery. Number 1. Buying a Bugatti isn't as simple as having money. Most people believe that if they had enough money, they could walk into a dealership and buy a Bugatti. Reality is very different. Bugatti doesn't produce cars in massive numbers. Production is intentionally limited. Some models are built in just a few hundred units. Others are even rarer. That exclusivity is part of the brand's identity. When a new limited edition Bugatti is announced, demand can exceed supply. For certain models, established customers may receive priority because of their history with the brand. Buying a Bugatti isn't always like buying an ordinary luxury car. It's often about building a relationship with the manufacturer and authorized dealers. Many buyers have already owned other high-end vehicles. Some are longtime collectors. Others are repeat Bugatti customers. Customization is another major step. Owners choose paint colors, leather, stitching, carbon fiber finishes, interior materials. Even tiny details can be personalized. This process can take months, sometimes longer. Every decision matters, because no owner wants a car that looks exactly like someone else's. Then comes the waiting. Unlike mass-produced cars, a Bugatti is assembled with extraordinary precision. It takes time, sometimes a lot of time. For many buyers, the wait can feel almost as difficult as earning the money to buy the car. But once the car finally arrives, most people think the hard part is over. Actually, it's just beginning. Number 2. The first service bill can be a shock. Imagine buying a luxury watch. You expect maintenance. Now imagine that every service costs as much as a family vacation. That's closer to the reality of owning a Bugatti. These cars aren't serviced at ordinary repair shops. They require factory-trained technicians, specialized diagnostic equipment, and genuine parts. Routine maintenance can cost far more than it does for a typical luxury car. The exact amount depends on the model, the work required, and where the service is performed. Even something as simple as changing fluids involves meticulous procedures. The engine isn't an ordinary engine. The transmission isn't ordinary either. Every system is engineered to handle extraordinary performance. That means every inspection takes time and expertise. Many owners transport their cars to authorized Bugatti service centers rather than trusting general repair shops. In some regions, that may involve shipping the vehicle hundreds or even thousands of miles. Imagine sending your car across the country just for scheduled maintenance. That's normal in the world of Bugatti. Some owners even coordinate service months in advance, not because they want to, because availability can be limited. And while your Bugatti is in the workshop, you wait, because shortcuts don't exist when you're dealing with one of the world's most advanced hypercars. The attention to detail that made the car famous also makes servicing slower and more expensive. Still, routine maintenance isn't what worries experienced owners the most. There's another expense, one that surprises almost everyone. Number 3. Insurance that can cost a fortune. Insurance is something every driver needs, but insuring a Bugatti is a completely different experience. Why? Because replacing or repairing one is incredibly expensive. The value of the car alone is enough to make insurers cautious. Then there's the performance. Many Bugattis produce well over 1,000 horsepower. They're capable of speeds far beyond those of ordinary cars. That level of performance increases risk, and higher risk often means higher insurance premiums. The final cost depends on many factors: your driving history, where you live, how often you drive the car, where it's stored, and the specific Bugatti model. Some owners reduce costs by limiting annual mileage or keeping the car in highly secure storage. Others bundle coverage with larger collections of luxury vehicles. But even with careful planning, insurance can remain a significant annual expense. And coverage often comes with strict conditions. Some policies require approved storage. Others specify who is allowed to drive the vehicle. Certain modifications may also affect coverage. The goal is simple: protect an asset worth millions of dollars, because one serious accident could result in an enormous financial loss. For many owners, insurance isn't just another bill, it's peace of mind. But even with insurance, there's one maintenance item that has become almost legendary, and it doesn't involve the engine at all. It touches the road every single second: the tires. So far, we've learned that buying a Bugatti is only the beginning. Getting one can take months, maintaining one requires specialists, and insuring one can cost a small fortune. But we're only scratching the surface, because in the next part, we'll uncover the expense that has become one of the biggest myths surrounding Bugatti ownership. The truth about the tires, the hidden cost of wheels, fuel consumption, replacement parts, and why some owners barely drive their multi-million-dollar hypercars at all. The real dark side of owning a Bugatti is just getting started. Number 4. The tire bill that shocked the world. When people talk about Bugatti ownership, one story always comes up: the tires. You've probably heard someone say, "A Bugatti tire change costs as much as a house." But what's the real story? Here's the truth. A Bugatti isn't an ordinary car. It's capable of incredible speeds. At those speeds, the tires experience enormous stress. They're not off-the-shelf performance tires. They're specially engineered to handle extreme acceleration, braking, and high-speed stability. Each tire is the result of years of research and testing. Even the rubber compound is unique. At speeds approaching a Bugatti's top speed, centrifugal forces become immense. A normal tire simply wouldn't survive. That's why Bugatti works with specialist tire manufacturers to develop tires specifically for its hypercars. And that engineering comes at a price. Replacing a full set of tires can cost tens of thousands of dollars, depending on the model and market. Some owners also choose to replace the wheels or related hardware during major maintenance, which can increase the total cost even further. But there's another surprise. Many owners replace tires based on age, not just tread wear. Why? Because high-performance rubber changes over time. Even if the car spends most of its life in a climate-controlled garage, the tires still age. That means a Bugatti that has barely been driven may still need new tires after several years. Imagine buying a car, driving it only a few hundred miles, then spending tens of thousands of dollars on fresh tires. Welcome to Bugatti ownership. Number 5. Fuel disappears faster than you think. Let's be honest, nobody buys a Bugatti to save money on fuel. But the numbers can still surprise you. A Bugatti's engine isn't just powerful. It's enormous, designed to produce performance that few road cars can match. When you press the accelerator, you're asking that engine to deliver incredible amounts of power. And power requires fuel. Lots of it. During spirited driving, fuel consumption can rise dramatically. Even during normal driving, a Bugatti consumes significantly more fuel than an average family car. But here's something interesting. Most owners don't care. Not because fuel is cheap, but because fuel is one of the smallest expenses they face. Think about it. If your annual maintenance costs are already substantial, the fuel bill becomes a much smaller part of the ownership experience. Still, every stop at the fuel station reminds you that this isn't an ordinary automobile. It's a machine built to achieve extraordinary performance. And extraordinary performance always comes with trade-offs. Number 6. When something breaks. Imagine breaking the side mirror on a regular car. You call the dealership, order the part, schedule a repair. Now imagine damaging a Bugatti. Everything changes. Many parts are produced in very small numbers. Some components are handcrafted. Others are made from advanced materials, like carbon fiber or titanium. Replacement parts may need to come directly from the manufacturer or an authorized supplier. That process can take time, sometimes weeks, sometimes longer, especially for rare or discontinued models. And because these cars are incredibly complex, repairing them isn't simply a matter of replacing parts. Factory-trained technicians follow detailed procedures to ensure the vehicle performs exactly as intended. Calibration, testing, inspection, quality control. Nothing is rushed, because at this level, perfection matters. For owners, patience becomes part of the experience. The car may spend more time in a specialist workshop than they expected, and every repair reminds them of one important truth. Owning the world's most exclusive cars also means accepting the world's most exclusive repair process. Number 7. Security becomes a daily concern. Imagine parking a Bugatti outside your favorite restaurant. Now imagine spending the entire meal wondering, is someone touching it? Taking pictures? Leaning against it? Trying to damage it? This is the reality for many hypercar owners. A Bugatti attracts attention everywhere it goes. People stop, record videos, take selfies, crowd around the vehicle. Most enthusiasts simply admire the car, but not everyone has good intentions. That's why many owners invest heavily in security. Private garages, advanced alarm systems, GPS tracking, surveillance cameras, climate-controlled storage. Some even transport their Bugattis in enclosed trailers to protect them from road debris and unwanted attention. Because once a car becomes worth millions, it isn't just transportation. It's a valuable asset, one that deserves protection. Insurance helps, but preventing damage is always better than repairing it. And that's exactly why some owners choose not to drive their Bugattis very often. Which brings us to one of the biggest surprises of all. Number 8. The car that spends more time parked than driven. This might be the strangest part of Bugatti ownership. Some Bugattis spend most of their lives parked, not because they don't work, not because owners don't love them, but because every mile changes the car. Mileage can influence resale value. Road debris can chip the paint. Weather can affect the finish. Unexpected traffic increases risk. Even finding suitable parking can become stressful. For collectors, preserving the car often becomes more important than driving it. Some Bugattis travel only a few hundred miles each year. Others appear mainly at private events, luxury car gatherings, manufacturers' celebrations, exclusive rallies. Then they return to carefully controlled garages. It sounds unbelievable. A machine built for speed, living most of its life standing still. But that's often the price of owning something so rare. The more valuable it becomes, the more carefully it's treated. Ironically, the dream car that was built to conquer roads sometimes becomes a museum piece. So far, we've uncovered the hidden reality behind Bugatti ownership: specialized tires, extraordinary maintenance, complex repairs, constant security concerns, and hypercars that barely get driven. But one question remains: if owning a Bugatti is this expensive, this demanding, and this stressful, why do billionaires keep buying them? We'll reveal why Bugatti is more than a car, how some models become collectors' treasures, and whether owning one is actually worth the price. The biggest lesson is still ahead. Number 9. Why billionaires keep buying Bugattis. After everything we've uncovered, the massive maintenance bills, the expensive tires, the specialized repairs, the insurance, the security, you might be wondering, why would anyone still buy a Bugatti? The answer is simple: because a Bugatti is more than a car. It's a statement. Owning one tells the world you've reached a level that very few people ever will. But status is only part of the story. Many buyers are passionate car enthusiasts. They appreciate the engineering, the craftsmanship, the history. Every Bugatti is assembled with incredible attention to detail. Thousands of hours go into building a single car. Highly skilled technicians inspect every component, every stitch, every panel, every bolt. Nothing is left to chance. To many owners, driving a Bugatti feels like driving a moving work of art, and art has always commanded extraordinary prices. Number 10. The performance that changes everything. Let's talk about what makes Bugatti legendary. Power. The moment you press the accelerator, everything changes. The engine doesn't just produce speed, it delivers an experience. The sound, the acceleration, the precision, the confidence. Every part of the car works together. Years of engineering create a machine capable of astonishing performance. The steering feels precise. The braking inspires confidence. The suspension balances comfort with incredible stability. Even at high speeds, the car feels composed. That level of engineering doesn't happen by accident. It requires years of development, thousands of hours of testing, and constant innovation. This is why Bugatti has become one of the most respected names in automotive history. It's not just about going fast. It's about doing it with precision, luxury, and control. Number 11. Some Bugattis become million-dollar collectibles. Here's something most people don't realize. Not every Bugatti loses value. Certain rare and limited production models have appreciated significantly over time, although values can also fluctuate depending on market conditions and collector demand. Why? Scarcity. Bugatti builds relatively few cars. Some special editions are produced in extremely limited numbers. Once production ends, no more are made. Collectors understand this. That's why some buyers never intend to drive their Bugatti regularly. They see it as part passion, part collection, part long-term asset. When a rare Bugatti appears at auction, collectors from around the world pay attention. Sometimes the final sale price surprises everyone. History, condition, mileage, original specifications, all influence value. A perfectly preserved Bugatti can become one of the highlights of an elite collection. But there is no guarantee. Collectible markets can rise and fall, and buying any car solely as an investment carries risk. The people who are happiest with their Bugattis often buy them because they genuinely love the cars, not because they expect a profit. Number 12. The reality nobody posts on social media. Open Instagram or YouTube. You'll see Bugattis racing through Monaco, parked outside luxury hotels, surrounded by cameras. Everything looks perfect. But social media only shows a few seconds. It doesn't show the planning, the maintenance schedule, the insurance paperwork, the transport logistics, the security arrangements, or the waiting time for specialist service. Owning a Bugatti is glamorous, but it's also a responsibility that most people never see. That's the difference between dreaming about the car and living with it. The owners understand that every drive comes with costs, every service requires patience, every decision matters, and yet, many wouldn't trade the experience for anything else. Because some dreams are worth the effort. The biggest lesson. So, what is the real dark side of owning a Bugatti? Is it the maintenance, the tire costs, the insurance, the repairs? Not exactly. The biggest challenge is this. A Bugatti demands commitment. It demands time, attention, planning, and the financial ability to care for it properly. Buying the car is only the entry ticket. Keeping it in perfect condition is the real journey. That's why many people can dream about owning a Bugatti, but only a small number are prepared for everything that comes after the purchase. Bugatti didn't become one of the world's greatest automotive brands by making ordinary cars. It became legendary by refusing to compromise. Every model pushes engineering further. Every detail reflects craftsmanship. Every car represents years of innovation. That excellence comes at a price, sometimes a very high one. But for the people who can afford it, the experience is about much more than transportation. It's about passion, history, performance, and becoming part of an exclusive community that only a handful of people will ever experience. That's the real story behind Bugatti. Not just the speed, not just the luxury, but the commitment required to own one. Now, it's your turn. If someone handed you the keys to a brand new Bugatti, would you drive it every day? Or would you keep it locked away to protect its value? Tell us what you'd do in the comments below. If you enjoyed uncovering the hidden reality behind one of the world's most iconic hypercars, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Luxury Torch. Every week, we take you inside the world's most expensive cars, private jets, mega yachts, billionaire lifestyles, and the engineering masterpieces that most people only dream of. Until next time, stay curious, because behind every luxury icon, there's always a story few people know. Thanks for watching.